inspiration for me is the ability to get new things out of things that are surrounding you. So they might be directly connected, like you might be inspired by a natural form to create, for example, a certain kind of physical tool, or it might just trigger something in your imagination to help you come with a new idea. Well, I typically work in groups, and creativity is to me, it's a collaborative process where people join forces together and they discuss things, and then that might trigger new ideas out of them as they are talking about things or building something together. So it's not, to me, creativity is not something that you wake up one morning and happens in your brain. It only happens if you're in the process, embedded in the process, and then you get into something. But it's thanks to being part of that process. Well, innovation is a complicated question because it's definitely a big buzzword. So to me, the ability of innovate consists in the capability of taking something that you have created that is relatively new, and then you can make it reach other people. So to me, it really has a lot to do with the idea of sharing, whether it is through a capitalist market or whether you give it to others for them to build upon. But innovation really has to do with that concept of sharing. Well, I would say I have a whole list of different role models. On the one hand, I've always been inspired by one person that I really like, which is Michael Resnick, who's been working or is still working a lot with the creation of software for educating people about the relevance of software. In the world of arts, I really like the work done by, for example, Colin Levin, who is also an educator, in using, for example, computer vision to make interactive art installations. If I look more into more traditional design, I would say like a role model for me could be Enzo Mari or Bruno Munari, for example, from the Italian School of Design. Those are kind of like the term of aesthetics or qualities or so on. These are the kind of like works that inspire me the most. Well, Malmö University is a place I've been working for the last 17 years, almost 18. So I'm really happy that Malmö University is getting official accreditations at this point. So I think well, in the field of interaction design, which is the field I work with, Malmö University has always been at the forefront. It was one of the first, or maybe the first school in the world offering bachelor, master's, and PhD in the field. And I hope it will still remain relevant by keeping on doing new creative work in the field. So I don't really have a favorite quote at this point in my life. I use quotes in my lectures to leave the audience with some food for the mind. So I could actually say two quotes. One is from Norbert Wiener. He kind of like infers in his texts the idea that commands are information, and that's very important in the current life we live in right now. And the other one is from Bruno Latour that says, reality is what resists. Okay, so I want to throw the ball now to Anuradha Reddy, who's one of my colleagues at the PhD program in Interaction Design, and she's working with smart home technologies, among other topics, for her PhD thesis. And the question I want to ask is, what is smart in smart technology?